Hello, good afternoon. My internet was unstable, hence today there is a delay, but we shall begin with today's aspect. Just now the internet is stable. Last time we have studied that the isomerism in coordination compounds arises due to different spatial arrangements. With respect to the structural arrangements or structural isomerism, we have seen some 5 different types of isomerism. With regard to the second type of isomerism, that is a stereoisomerism, where we have studied the optical and the geometrical type of isomerism, wherein we have studied only the geometrical type of isomerism in coordination number 4 and coordination number 6 complexes. Today, we are going to start, we have finished only coordination number 4 complexes, where cis and trans isomers are studied. Now, today we are going to study the coordination number 6 type of complexes, where all these complexes are octahedral. Just take a look at these octahedral complexes, where we can study coordination number 6. So, this is the most common isomerism that is observed in octahedral complexes, as we know that, but amongst coordination number 4 and 6, coordination number 4 are more common. So for coordination number 6, the first type I would like to show you is very simple to study. Ma4B2. Now these are the examples. For example, the complex is CONH3 4 Cl2 plus. So this is a Ma2B2. So how can we have a special type of arrangement? Just take a look at this. This is a cobalt atom at the center. Now here these 4 ligands are identical and these 2 are identical. So if at all I place these 2 chlorides on one side, irrespective of the position of ammonia molecules, like this, then on account of the 2 chlorides are on the same side, this is a cis isomer. And suppose if we represent the 2 chlorides which are opposite to each other, which is shown here, these are this isomer is known as a trans with respect to the presence of chlorides. So this is how for Ma4B2 complexes we can represent with respect to the chlorides which are opposite to each other, which are known as a trans isomers. Now another example can also be given as, which is also very simple to study, which is known as the Ma3B3. That means the 2 ligands A3 and B3 are different. For example, the complex is rhodium, RH, NH3 thrice, Cl3. This is also having a cis trans configuration. Say for example, if I write rhodium at the center, then with respect to the chlorine, this is a cis isomer and remaining ammonia molecules as it is. These are the RH, Cl3, NH3. Chlorides are on the same side. But the another isomer that if we represent, that the 2 chlorides are on the opposite side and remaining ammonia molecules can be written like this. So this is how we can represent a trans isomer. One more example under coordination number 6, that all the ligands if are different, A, B, C, D, E, F, all the ligands, 6 ligands if are different, For example, it is a platinum complex, which is a theoretically possible. That means we can only study, this is a pyridine, then ammonia, then chlorine, bromine, iodine. This is known as a MABCDEF. Here, there are three different types of isomers that can be isolated only theoretically. So one cannot show very easily. Then one more example is there, that symmetrical bidentate ligand, if is there, then we can write this as like this. A stands for symmetrical bidentate ligand. For example, the example is cobalt ethylene diamine dichloride. How can we represent this? Just see here. Cobalt atom at the center. Now, from this, if two chlorides are on the same side, this is ethylene diamine. This is EN stands for ethylene diamine and Cl2. So this is a cis isomer. And if the two chlorides which are opposite to each other, like this is ethylene diamine, and two chlorides are also opposite to each other. Hence, this isomer is known as a trans isomer. So this is how the symmetrical bidentate ligand containing the Ma2B2 complexes or ligands, those can be shown. Then one more example is there. If a symmetrical bidentate ligand, if it is there, but the remaining two ligands are again two different ligands. For example, here the example is of cobalt complex. For example, the same example that I would like to show you here, that the cobalt complex in which cobalt is placed at the center, where these are the ethylene diamine and chlorine and ammonia. So this is A and B, AB, and this is a symmetrical bidentate ligand. And if we place the ethylene diamine or like this opposite to each other, this is definitely a trans ligand. So this is a trans ethylene diamine molecules are opposite to each other. Here cis on account of ethylene diamine molecules are on the same side. One more example is there, which is very interesting to study. Metal atom containing a single symmetrical bidentate ligand and two ligands again are different. For example, COEN, NH3 twice, and Cl2. These examples, those are also present in the notes, those I have posted yesterday. Here, if we want to show the cis trans isomers, then cobalt, as usual, it is at the center, and only one symmetrical bidentate ligand if it is there. This is an ammonia molecule, this is a chlorine, and this is ammonia and chlorine. Now here, with respect to the chlorides or ammonia molecules, this is a cis isomer. And if we place the ammonia molecule opposite to each other like this is NH3 and NH3, Cl, and this is ethylene diamine. So this is definitely a trans isomer because ammonia molecules are opposite to each other, and here ammonia molecules are on the same side. So this is how we can explain the complexes under coordination number 6. Now, if we move towards another type under stereoisomerism, that is known as optical isomerism. Now, optical isomerism is nothing but here, this type of isomerism occurs in the molecules having a symmetric atom. That means all the surrounding groups are different. That is, it can exist in two forms. Those are the mirror images of each other. Suppose, for example, if we hold our hand in front of a mirror, right hand, if we hold, then the mirror image looks like as if it is a left hand. So these images are exactly similar. So the two forms are identical in all respects. The only difference is that one is right hand and the mirror image is left hand. Similarly, there are certain molecules. Those molecules, they have tendency to rotate the plane of polarized light towards left or right. So if a molecule or a compound, if it rotates the plane of polar light towards the right, it is known as a dextroisomer or simply small d. Or if the compound rotates the plane of polar light towards left, it is known as the levorotatory or simply L. So these are the D and L isomers are known as optical isomers. So the word optical that concern with the light. So these compounds have a tendency to rotate the plane of polar light towards right or towards left, D or L. The isomer which rotates the plane of polarized light towards right, it is known as a dextrorotatory, and or it is a clockwise rotation. Such compound is always shown by a plus sign that indicates that it is a dextrorotatory, which rotates the plane of polarized light towards right. There are certain inorganic compounds which have a tendency to rotate the plane of polarized light in an anti-clockwise sense. All such isomers are known as L isomers, or these isomers are indicated by putting a negative sign before their names, are known as a L type of isomers. So the extent of rotation of the plane of polarized light by the two isomers, that is a D or L isomer, is almost same. Hence, when a solution containing equal concentration of the two isomers, if the solution, if it is prepared having equal concentration of dextro and levorotatory solution, then these compounds, they cancel the effect of each other and the resulting solution does not show any rotation. So with this, hence a solution that contains equal concentration of these two isomers, that is a D and L isomers, the rotations, that is a D and L rotations, cancel the effect of each other, and hence the resulting solution does not rotate the plane of polarized light. Such D and L mixture, which is optically inactive, is called as a racemic mixture. This mixture is known as a racemic mixture. So the D and L isomers of a compound are always mirror image to each other and are called enantiomers. These are also known as enantiomers. So such solution does not show any optical activity. So for coordination number 4, for tetrahedral complexes or the complexes such as MA4 or MA3B, these are the tetrahedral complexes. These do not show this activity, but the complexes such as MABCD, they show this activity because here the metal is surrounded by different ligands surrounding this. For example, take for instance the example of arsenic, methyl group CH3, then C2H5, then sulfur C6H5COO plus 2 ion. This is the example where it can show the optical activity because all the surrounding ligands are different from one another. I have mentioned just now that the compound which shows exactly the same mirror image. For example, if I write this, the same compound, arsenic at the center, at the top sulfur is there. This is a C6H5COO, and this is a methyl group, and this is C2H5. Now suppose if we place a mirror in front of this compound, then this methyl group will come here. Sulfur remains as it is, but this methyl group comes over here, as it is a mirror image, while this C2H5 that will be seen here, and this C6H5 C double bond O remains as it is. So these are the mirror images of each other. So this point I would like to tell you that these are the optical isomer. One rotates the plane of polar light towards right, and another rotates the plane of polar light towards left. So these are known as optically active isomeric compounds. In the complexes such as M, A, B, C, D, E, F, in all such complexes, the optical activity can also be seen. The example is PT, PY, NH3, NO2, Cl, Bri. So this is compound known as M, A, B, C, D, E, F. How can we show this optical active compound? Metal atom is at the center like this. Then we have to write all the 6 ligands. This is a Cl, Bri, and remaining ligands NO2, then NH3, and this is a pyridine. So if we place a mirror in front of this, then the superimposable images can be shown as like this. So this bromine will come here, chlorine will come here, exactly opposite, while ammonia and NO2 groups are on this side, iodine and pyridine as it is. So this is how the D and L isomers can be shown. Now, one more example, which is also shown here, that is the example known as MAA3. That means 3 symmetrical bidentate ligands are there. Example is CrC2O4 thrice. How can we show this example here? That as usual, we can show chromium at the center, and these are the oxygen atoms from this oxalato group. So here 3 oxygen atoms are there. This is oxygen, and these 6 oxygen atoms are there. So here this is a symmetrical bidentate ligand. This is the oxalato group. This is one more oxalato group, and this is oxalato group. Now, if we place a mirror here, the mirror image can be seen like this. Here, this oxalato group shown as it is, and the remaining oxygen atoms, those can be shown as like this, and the superimposable image that can be shown here, that this will come here, OX, and this will come over here, this is OX, that is the oxalato group. So this is how we can show the isomer having MAA3. One more interesting example is there, which is also very simple, that is known as MAA2. Symmetrical bidentate 2 ligands are there, and 2 monodentate ligands are there, A2. So how can we show this? The example that is of rhodium, ethylene diamine, and Cl2. To show this isomer, we can show this as like this. Rhodium at the center. Here we can place a mirror. Again, here rhodium at the center. Now here, I would like to show you, first of all, the 2 chloride ions at this point. And here, these are the nitrogen atoms from ethylene diamine, which can be shown like this. So here EL stands for ethylene diamine. Now, if you place the mirror, then the mirror image can be seen. No effect takes place substantially on the position of chlorine atoms after placing the mirror, but these ethylene diamine group, they change their position by placing the mirrors. One more example, that is the last example that I would like to give you here, which is also very simple to study, which is MAA to AB. Here A is again symmetrical bidentate ligand, and these are the simple monodentate ligands. Now here the example that I would like to show you is a cobalt ethylene diamine, then AB stands for ammonia A and chlorine as B. How can we show this? These isomers? See here. We can show this by placing this cobalt atom at the center like this, while this is a NH3, NH3, and here these are the nitrogen atoms from ethylene diamine, which can be shown as like this. Now, if we place a mirror in front of this isomer, then the mirror images here, these are the nitrogen atoms, which can be shown like this. Here, these ammonia molecules will come over here, and here these are the nitrogen atoms. This is ethylene diamine, ethylene diamine. So this is a D isomer, and this is a L isomer. So this is how we can show the different isomers in this fashion also. Here, I would like to give you more emphasis on the D and L isomers of all these compounds, but it is not necessary that you should remember all these examples. You should remember only one representative example from all these categories. That is also all right. So here, while studying these isomerism, we have seen the different types of isomers that we have already studied. Under the first category that we have studied, the first type of isomer, that is a ionization isomer, wherein we have studied that because of the position of the groups within or outside the coordination sphere. I have taken the example of cobalt complex, where the first form where sulfate is outside the coordination sphere while bromine is inside the coordination sphere. By adding barium chloride solution, barium sulfate is precipitated because sulfate ion is outside the coordination sphere. Second form that we have studied, for same example, that where bromine is outside the coordination sphere, where by adding silver nitrate, silver bromide is precipitated, but sulfate ion goes inside the coordination sphere, which remains unaffected. So here, because of position of the groups, which are the groups, either sulfate or bromine, whether those are present inside or outside the coordination sphere. Second type of isomerism that we have studied is known as a hydrate type of isomerism, where the molecules or the groups or coordinating groups which are replaced by water of hydration, wherein we have studied one example of CrH2O6 Cl3, where we have shown three different structures for this particular case, where one water molecule replaced by one chlorine, wherein one chlorine and one water molecule that is shown outside the square bracket. In the second case, we have shown two chlorine atoms, they enter inside the coordination sphere, while two water molecules, those gets replaced. And in the third case, we have seen that this is the third case, that here only the water molecules, those are replaced by chloride ions, and hence by treatment of these three forms with concentrated sulfuric acid and with silver nitrate, they give the precipitate of one chlorine or two chloride ions, and with concentrated sulfuric acid, either one or two water molecules are replaced. So this is about the second, that is a hydrate isomerism, where the H2 molecules are replaced by the coordinating groups. Thirdly, we have seen that coordination isomerism, where the cations and the anions, that is the metal ions and the non-metallic ions, those are replaced. We have seen two examples of these complexation. The fourth type that we have studied is a linkage isomerism. I have mentioned that there are certain ligands where the two atoms, they are capable of donating their electrons. If we take, for instance, NO2 group, then NO2 attaches to metal, then a separate form is formed. If oxygen gets attached to metal, then again a separate stereoisomerism is formed. So depending upon the point of attachment, we have seen the example. Then the fifth, which is for the coordination position isomerism, where only bridge compounds are explained, where the bridge compounds which are there, the two metal atoms which are joined by a bridge ligands, where the mu letter was used so as to indicate the bridging groups. So depending upon which the position of these groups, there may be two different types of isomerism. And after this, we have studied the stereotype of isomerism, where this isomerism is nothing but which arises on account of the different arrangement of the atoms or groups in space. And we have studied with this regard the geometrical isomerism for coordination number 4 and for coordination number 6. Then we have studied the optical type of isomerism for coordination number 6 complexes. Now, we have seen all these different complexes, but I would like to make an important announcement here regarding your exam. Just 1 minute. I'm having the timetable also. I will post this timetable on the group also. You should be familiar with this. Your papers are commencing from 24th of this month. The timing of paper is from 11:15. It is online mode examination. So on 24th of June, from 1:30 to 2:15, you are having paper number 7, that is my paper is there, and another paper number 8, that is on 29th of June, which is scheduled from 12:45 to 1:30. So this is a timetable that we are going to post this timetable for the subjects that you have offered, but you should be very well prepared for this exam. In this connection, on coming Saturday, we are having, so as to make you aware, we are having again a test, that is an online test that I will post on this group, and you have to appear for this group so that you will be familiar with the exam pattern and how the questions are appearing. So this is somewhat a rehearsal for you all to appear for this exam, and the attendance and satisfactory performance is needed from you, because we are going to send these marks to university, and based on these marks we are going to conduct your theoretical practical examination, which I will announce in due course of time. So I would like to thank you all. So on Saturday